Hi there, this is Deborah with Neurostatic Healing Touch. And tonight I'm going to be working on my dad, Gerald, and he has some issues in his rotator cuffs and his neck and on his shoulder blades and all the way down his back into his sciatic. And he's very stiff in his body. He feels like it's a pinched nerve, but in fact it's the muscles that are tensing around everything. So I worked on him for the first time last night. I did this several years ago. He was crawling to the bathroom, and then I got him from that to a wheelchair, to a walker, to being completely symptom-free. So I'm gonna walk you through this and just enjoy. All right, the first thing that I use is natural everything, okay? I need you to put your arms over the top. Scoot up, chin over that, yep. So the first thing I use is coconut oil. Just regular 100% Luana coconut oil. It's just the best thing to use. There's no anything in it. The ingredients are coconut oil, period. So I take that, and these essential oils are by Pure Sonic. I'll put them in the description below. They're pure therapeutic grade, and I'm using orange, which is for pain. And then I'll finish up with just a rub with the lavender. I use my hands to start with, but it is very difficult. It's very taxing on my body. I'm 53 years old, so it's very taxing for me to do all of the stuff manually. So once I find the spot, then I use a machine. This one's for heat. I have one for that I put in the freezer. Tonight we're probably going to use the knobs. So this is a single knob, and this is a 4-prong knob. We're going to probably start with the 4-prong knob. Actually, we're going to start with the heat. So I'm going to turn the heat on. Oh, am I plugged in? What's up with that? Uh-oh. I know. Well, we might not use this tonight. We'll use that another night. Moving on. All right, so basically I just reach in there, get a good little bit of coconut oil, put that in my hand, get the excess off. Should open this first. Where there's a will, there's a way. So I put about 3 or 4 drops. You do have to be careful when you're using essential oils to not use too much. You have to use as much. This is called a carrier oil, the coconut oil. So you have to use as much carrier oil, more carrier oil than you do essential oils, because it can burn the skin. And if you're ever using essential oils, you need to do a test section. So I'm just kind of getting everything here. And you know, when I work on clients, I have the meditation music, and I come to your home. So I'm feeling tonight, and the knot that was there last night does feel less rigid than it did last night. So he's got a knot right here on his shoulder blade. And don't worry, Daddy, you can holler. It's painful. It is very painful because it's intense work that I do, and it takes maybe 15 minutes. This is not a massage. This is not physical therapy. This is healing touch. See, he's not hollering like a baby tonight. Usually he's screaming. He don't want to get embarrassed on the camera. So we're just gonna. This is where he's having a lot of issues right now. He's having to wear a back brace almost every minute of the day that he's awake and doing something, unless he's sitting in the recliner watching TV. But he did say that from last night's session, there was a major improvement in just one single session. And you know, you can send me a message and I will talk with you on the phone and find out what your issues are, and then, you know, set up a first meeting for an evaluation, and then do, see, now he's starting to, ooh. Yeah, so we'll set up an evaluation, and then once I kind of see where you're at, I mean, it took us about, I would say 2 to 4 weeks when he had the sciatic where he couldn't walk. A lot of people think they have pinched nerves, or, now he has been told he has degenerative disc disease, which may or may not be true, you know. I'm one of those people, I don't believe all that stuff the doctors tell you because they want to keep you sick. So this is a way to avoid pain medications or get off pain medications and avoid all the financial strains of I don't know what doctors, you know, they call it, there's a name for it. I'm a naturopath, or you know, I use natural stuff. A naturopath is not a doctor, but there's anyway, I'll put it in the description. My brain's not working right now. It's been a long day, and full moon's tomorrow, so how's everything feeling, Dad? And so we don't want to do too much at one time because you don't want to be sore. You don't want to go to bed and say, I mean, have you ever been to the chiropractor and you're like, man, I feel worse than before I went. You go to 3 or 4 visits and you're like, that didn't do any good. And I also can feel the alignment in the spine. I can feel several knots right there on that one, right there on that vertebrae. I can feel knots on both sides. The vertebrae is not out. However, if it is, I don't do manual adjustments like a chiropractor does, but I can take my fingers and I can gently push against that vertebrae and encourage it over several days to go back into its natural position. The intense stuff that chiropractors do to me is almost as bad as what the doctors do, and I'm strictly against big pharma. There's a lot of side effects with the medications that you're taking for the pain. I know, I have a broken ankle in 3 places. It's the worst break you can do with your ankle, and I had surgery about 9 weeks ago, and I'm still in a lot of pain, but I'm not on the pain pills. I'm using, you know, as much natural stuff as I can. You know, I get in the water, I do my physical therapy, and, you know, it's getting better. Most people tell me it's a year recovery, and I'm walking around with no boot just after 9 weeks. So, I haven't done to myself. I wish I could do this to myself or teach someone to do it. Oh, there we go. All right, that one jumped from underneath my finger. And so what I'm going to do is just hold it hard until it releases some. It'll start jumping under my fingers, and it's very painful. Are you hurting, Dad? Yeah. So then I just start. Like I said, this is pretty intense for me and for the client. And what this does is just, the muscles will respond, just like if you punch someone in the face. They respond by contracting and releasing when you do this. And it is painful. And we try not to do too much at one time. Mom, did you get the hot towel for me? And then we take either a small bath towel, you know, a thin small bath towel, or a hand towel, or a kitchen towel. And, all right, so I need you to turn over on your back, turn towards me and roll over. So now we're gonna do some stretching. All right, come over this way. All right, So I'm gonna stand up if I can with one good leg. All right, and we're just gonna pull on this shoulder some. And I have to be careful because he does have, he actually has had an MRI and he has torn rotator cuffs. So I can't do too much above the head, but I can stretch it and pull it. And that's again making the muscles contract and release. Now I want you to put this hand down, and I want you to lean your body, roll your body, and roll your body and touch that. I know that's for your back. As far as you can, come on. All right, just hold it as far as you can. All right, now back. I want you to go the other way. Touch that. And this is stretching. I'm gonna help him in the first little bit, and then I expect him to do some of this. We're gonna start yoga in a few days. Come on. Now, for the lower back, I'm gonna bring his legs up. He's got a lot of work he needs to do with the yoga. This is about as far as we can go. Now, I can take my toes and I can touch the couch behind me, but this is about. Keep the knees straight. Okay, just keep the knees straight. There you go. Now tell me when I have gone too far.
That's it.
All right. And this is how I do this. I listen to you. When you say stop, that's it. I might push a tiny bit further when you say stop. Because we always can do more than we think we can. And then we're going to take this knee and bend it. And one of the problems with his lower back, now you see I'm working now and I'm getting a little out of breath. One of the problems with his lower back is his hip flexors. And this right here, relax, relax. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So this is gonna stretch those hip flexors. And see, now that he's breathing, it's going a little bit further. When he relaxes, he can go a little bit further. But when you hold that tension when I'm trying to work on it, you're holding the muscles tight, and there you go. Good job. Good job. That's great.
You're all right about that.
Now when we go this way, we're going to hold it, and now you try and relax. Let's see how far it can go. So we're going to bring it down, and we're stretching out that hip flexor. Okay, then we're going to do the other leg. And this is also stretching the muscles in the lower back. All right, keep that other leg straight. Relax in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, now we're going to come over this way. Oh, okay. All right. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deeper. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Come the other way. Just gonna go as far as he's in control of this. When I feel him tense, I let up. And he's doing a good job breathing. Okay, so we didn't spend too much time doing that. Now I want you to turn back over. Now we're gonna do the lavender oil. And then we're going to put a hot towel out of the microwave. So as I was saying, I didn't finish. We take a hot towel, put it in a Ziploc bag, a gallon Ziploc bag, and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. 2 minutes? Okay. Depending on your microwave wattage.
Be very careful.
So now we've got the lavender. And this is just going to relax all those muscles, and it's going to relax his mind mentally. Now last night we did do some work on the rotator cuffs, but I want to do that every other day with him because he actually has torn rotator cuffs. So we don't want to do too much on that. Just going to get up here in the jaw area. And that's just to get this lavender closer to that brain. Now it's closer to the nose because when he inhales that lavender, that helps. It's not just I've got essential oils in one of the candles over here burning. Is it burning? Okay. So there we go. Now we're ready for the towel. If you hand me that one. Just do it. Alright, so we just take a dry towel. We lay it there. We need a little bigger one, but that's alright. Then we take this out. I need another towel to put on top of it. Ooh, it is good and hot. We want to keep all that heat in, so once we get it on this one, we're going to put another one on top of it. And his skin is covered, so I'm going to go right down on top of his pants. Alright, so that's good and hot. Now we're going to put another one on top of it. Too hot when I press? Okay, so we're just pressing that in. So how you feeling? A little sore?
No.
Okay, but last night you were a little sore afterwards. But he did feel relief immediately. So let me come up here and talk to you guys. Finish out. So like I said, if you're interested in these kinds of services, send me a message at ddmixon@outlook.com. That's D as in dog, E as in elephant, E as in elephant, D as in dog, E as in elephant, E as in elephant. Whew. M as in Mary, I as in igloo. Water, drink lots of it, especially after this. X as in X-ray, O as in ostrich, N as in Nancy at outlook.com. After one of these sessions, you need to drink at least a bottle, maybe 2 of water. I'll tell you why. I had a client one time, I did it for about an hour, and it released so many toxins from his body into his bloodstream that his heart stopped. Now this was my husband, so it's no problem. But I did learn from that. You have got to drink water, and you can't do too much too fast. He's fine, didn't kill him, but he did have a momentary blip where we did have to call EMS. So that is a lesson that I learned about 10 years ago. And so drink your water after these sessions. And like I said, hope to hear from you. Have a good night.